Whole Foods readers. This is Kaylin Chiarello-Ebner, editor and associate publisher of Whole Foods Magazine. And here with me today is Dr. Michael T. Murray, Director of Product Science and Innovation for Natural Factors. Hi, Dr. Murray.
Hello.
Dr. Murray just revised and updated his book, The Complete Book of Juicing. And if you hadn't seen it before, it's a really interesting read. It starts out with some of the key health benefits of juicing, moves into some discussions about the equipment you need to juice, and then it kind of goes fruit by fruit and vegetable by vegetable with some discussions of how and why each should be used in juicing. But my favorite part of the book is actually the sections in the back which discuss juicing for specific health benefits like anemia, osteoporosis, weight loss, even cancer patients. So let's talk a little bit more, Dr. Murray.
Sure.
What inspired you to write this book, and what's new in this revision?
Okay. Well, the first edition I wrote over 20 years ago. And that really was kind of at the height of the juicing renaissance. It seems like everybody was buying juicers and really into juicing, and it went through a lull for about 15 years or so, but there's been a resurgence in popularity of drinking fresh fruit and vegetable juices, and the book was in dire need of updating. There's just been an explosion of great information on the health benefits of drinking fresh fruit and vegetable juices. So the book was virtually completely rewritten because, again, there's just so much new information that had to be put in the book.
Great. One thing I think is really valuable is your section on what shoppers should look for in a juicing machine. Could you talk a little about if someone wanted to juice several times a week or so, what do you recommend?
Well, yeah, I get asked this question all the time from friends, family, and, of course, consumers. And they say, well, is there any difference between one juicer than another? And what about things like a blender, like a Vitamix? And, my key message is juice. Gain the benefits that drinking fresh fruits and vegetable juices provide. And myself, I really like these newer slow juicers. These are juice extractors that run at a lower RPM, and so the juice comes out fresher. It's not oxidized or damaged through the high speed and sometimes higher heat that's produced by some of the centrifugal juicers. But we're splitting hairs. The key thing is that people need to juice and make it part of their lifestyle. And myself, drinking a lot of fresh fruits and vegetable juices, I like the slow juicers because they, I think, produce better tasting juice.
Interesting stuff. Okay. Now, make it part of their lifestyle is part of your message. And how does that work when someone wants to, say, lose weight? How can they incorporate fresh juices into their diets?
Well, I think there's benefits with drinking fresh fruit and vegetable juices, in particular for weight loss, because you're providing high concentrated nutrition. And I think that we have receptors on our brain cells that kind of monitor our nutritional quality. And I often say that Americans are overfed but undernourished. They're not getting high quality nutrition. And when the brain cell doesn't get that high quality nutrition, I think it stimulates us to eat and eat more in terms of quantity than quality. So I think improving the quality of your diet will help that brain cell become more satisfied. I also believe that TGX, a revolutionary dietary fiber matrix, is an important component of any weight loss program. And in the book, I highlight why you should juice and use PGX. PGX helps those brain cells respond to insulin better, and so that leads to the opening up of channels in that brain cell so that nutrition can actually get in there and tell that brain cell, stop eating. So PGX, I think, really is the holy grail in terms of supplements for weight loss. It improves insulin sensitivity. It leads to the release of compounds that tell your brain that you're full while lowering the levels of compounds that tell your brain to eat. It helps to reduce food cravings, especially sugar cravings. So I like to recommend PGX along with juicing and eating a low glycemic load diet.
So is PGX available in a powder that people can incorporate into juicing, or is this a supplement in pill form that they're taking in addition to a healthy juice?
Yeah, PGX is available in granules that you can add to juice. It's also available in capsules that you can take prior to a meal. It's also available as part of a meal replacement formula. We now have PGX-containing nutrition bars. So there's a variety of different ways to include PGX in your daily routine. And the key is just to get enough of it in you so that you can gain all the benefits. 2.5 to 5 grams for every meal is kind of the standard recommendation. If people want to get more information on PGX, they can go to pgx.com, or there's a lot of information on juicing and PGX on my website, drmurray.com.
Excellent. Perfect. So my last question is, what are your favorite recipes from the book? Are there any standouts that you really enjoy?
That's another question I often get, and I kind of go in spurts. Like all of us, we probably find something that tastes really good, and then eventually our taste buds kind of get saturated with that, and we move on to something new. My favorite juice is generally beet juice. If I had to choose one juice that I would say is an absolute must for the greatest number of people, I like beet juice. And there's a lot of great information on the benefits of beet juice recently, and it's been shown to lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol levels. It has a Viagra-like effect. So there's a lot of great benefits to our cardiovascular system. It also promotes detoxification. It improves liver function. It's rich in its phytochemicals, and it can serve as a base for many additions. You can add ginger to it if you need to reduce some inflammation going on. Adding lemon really punches up its anti-cancer effects. Then you can mix it in some of those green foods, spinach, kale, lettuce. Those green foods really pump up any juice recipe. Of course, I'm juicing that beet with the greens and all. So I love beet juice, and that hasn't changed.
Awesome. That's interesting. Thank you so much, Dr. Murray. Your book, The Complete Book of Juicing, is published by Random House and is available in many distributors nationwide. I appreciate your talking with us about juicing today.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thanks so much. Take care.
You bet.